All right, well, people are asking about Russell J. Gould, and I have a few minutes. I'm on a job site right now, but we're waiting for more material. Russell-J. Gould, full colon. He writes his name like that for closure. You're creating a beginning, middle, end, giving end to that name. So it's a long story, but to give you a quick elevator version or front porch version, in 2000 he found out grammatically that the United States was bankrupt. Well, more than grammatically, but the United States was bankrupt. The corporation, the United States Inc., was bankrupt and getting ready to end its lease or term or whatever you want to call it. Basically, it was time to renew it. And somehow him and full colon David Wynn full colon Miller, or Miller full colon, however he does it now. I think he passed away, but they somehow were able to capture the flag through grammar. They wrote up things, a registration or whatnot. They did it properly in a way that the people running the system themselves apparently didn't realize, and floored them all, caught them all off guard, and rewrote basically everything. The Constitution, the national anthem, the ownership of the Title IV flag. Apparently now that's in his jurisdiction, the now space. He runs it. So he calls it the now space. The government that we know of today, the corporation, any policy enforcement, any fire department, tax collector, IRS, FBI, you name it, all of them, anyone that people think of as government, they are all represented by the fiction, a corporation. It's a fake entity, dead entity, meaning it lives in the past. It's dead. It's not alive. It's not in the now space. So that's what they all work for. By acknowledging that and taking your accountability in the now space, according to Russell and others, you're reestablishing who you are, what you are, and when you are. I am a living man in the present moment. I don't need any fictional characters to come tell me what to do. Buckle your seatbelt, mow your lawn, do this. No, that's for something, a slave who's asleep at the wheel, who doesn't have accountability, who doesn't hold themselves accountable. They need people like that. Government. Govern means to restrict or reduce or control. Ment is mentality, your mind. So they're literally getting you to think you're less than you are and less powerful than you are so they can control you. Myself, a living man, I know who I am, when I am, where I am, and what I am. There's nothing anyone outside of me can come and tell me, hey, you got to do this way or this that way, unless I'm harming somebody. If I'm acting against free will, harming somebody, that's when I'm in their jurisdiction. They can say, hey, stop. But until that point, which never happens, they have no jurisdiction over me. I don't need their business. I don't need to associate with their business. I don't need to conduct commerce with their business or join in contract with them. So it gets into contract law and a whole bunch of other stuff. But basically, that's Russell J. Gould in a nutshell. I know that from what he said, he was actually tortured in prison for like 70 days. Cold water torture, no food, naked, beat up by big-ass guards, just torture. And they did that so he would drop the flag. He would drop the ball, or capitulate, or surrender the flag, whatever word you want to use for it. Basically, the people who run our governments are the corporations, the fiction. They're all corrupt bankers. They know what Russell did, and they acknowledge what he did because they went so hard against him to stop him from doing what he did. Therefore, their fear and their reaction, in a way, validates what he's doing and who he is and what he is. So they tried to get him to surrender the flag. As far as I know, he never did. From what I know, David Wynn Miller, full colon David Wynn full colon Miller, surrendered his flag and just went back on what his word was. At least that's what they're saying. I don't know either one of them personally. I'm not trying to talk bad about the dead or living. I just, from what I've heard from Russell and others, go look up war castles. Go look up, what's the other one he's doing now? You can just go to YouTube and look up Russell J. Gould, and it'll pop up. And he'll explain it. They'll explain a lot better than I do, but it's basically, we've all been lied to about government and who they are, what they are, and how they run us. They're not in charge of us. They are here to control the ignorant masses who just need controlled. The people who are living and know who they are, what they are, when they are, we don't need anyone to control our lives. So I don't need anybody to come and tell me when to wake up, when to eat, when to, pay something, when to do something. I do it myself. I'm an adult. If you're not an adult and you need to be controlled, that's when these corporate monsters come in and do what they do. So Russell J. Gould is offering, from what I know, he's offering us a way to return to accountability, to take your power back and say, I see what you did there, but you're not doing it anymore to me. I'm alive. Now this goes into, I'm in Ohio, there's a lot of other, like the General Assemblies. There's the real General Assemblies for the Republic, not for the fictional corporation. They're gaining momentum and a lot of people getting involved now. And it's something important to look into. I haven't done it yet myself. I'm friends with a few people that have. They literally have different driver's license. It doesn't have the all caps name because that's your fictional name. It's got the living name. 5-star passport instead of a 3-star or 2-star, which means you don't even basically get checked. You hold yourself to a higher standard, and if you do that throughout your whole life, and then you show the paperwork to represent that, they honor you more. They look at you, say, "Oh, hey, how you doing, sir, ma'am? Keep going, do what you do," because you've shown them that, okay, I don't need your services. Your services are for somebody else who just doesn't know better. And that's really what this world's about. It's about us taking accountability and raising ourselves up, our consciousness, our physical bodies, our mental bodies, our emotional bodies, doing better with who you are, where you are, when you are. And we're in the now space, by the way. So hopefully that helps some of you that were asking about Russell. And there's a lot of people out there, so I would take everything with a grain of salt, especially what I say. Take everything I say with a grain of salt. Please don't follow anything I say. Figure it out yourself. Because if you just follow what I say, that's exactly how the world got in the mess they did. They just followed what others said and just said, okay, you tell me, you're smart, I'll do what you do. No. Look what I do and then question the shit out of me, and then come and tell me what I did wrong. Say, hey, you know what, Rick, I think you did this and it should have been this way. Because I'd like to learn more, and that's how you learn. So, all right, guys, my bushes are almost here. I'm going to landscape this yard, and I'll make a longer video later on, probably when I get home in my truck, and chat with you guys for a Friday night. Maybe we'll do a fireside chat tonight. All right, be well, and I'll see you in the next one.